Okay, I'm just gonna put this up like it's a diary. Put up two just now videos, and I can't get it all on one. I will say this: I did a book involving mind control and programming people to kill, which they can do with mass now, like armies or they can cure illnesses. They could, such as Tesla files, and cure them or cause them. So anyway, I was writing about mind control murders, and I mentioned Larry Flint from Hustler magazine because I was living in Moonraker, and Penthouse magazine had owned it prior. I was living there doing the book, and when Larry Flint was shot, he was brought to Lawrenceville, Georgia, and the person that shot him was programmed to shoot him and kill his attorney. And later I was flown out there in '83 October in a political campaign, and he helped me because one of the doctors I wrote about, the plane he was on was shot down August the 31st of '83. Larry McDonald, congressman doctor from Atlanta. Now I want to get to this. The name, there were these that I talk about, mind control murders, were done in patterns, so they can be proven. And at times they use my son's names, Mark and Scott. They used the name Ross. In the book I had wrote a little bit about them, and Mark's name in the book was Christopher, and Scott's was Ross. So if you want to go back to Cobb County right now, what's going on a trial there, you might want to, because, yeah, I know. I do. Oh, what was used on him, the guy. But anyway, I want to get to this. I got to give this real quick. The Christiansburg, I applied there, and Mrs. Scott, the manager, said that it wouldn't do me any good to apply anymore, that the answer was no, and they just opened up this new one. And this minister out of Washington, North Carolina, owns a whole bunch of them, so this is federally funded. And she only had about four, she said, residents, and I couldn't get in. She said I'd have to pass a background check, and I could never get anything out of her. So I finally quit trying, and I'm going to fast forward to now. July 15th, Christy McCoy, manager at Scott Hill and Clifton Forge, picked me up. Sounds like, unless you get the background, the whole truth in it, sounds like they're all doing me a big favor. And again, I'm allergic to chemicals, and this is what's been used to make me run. My immune system attacks itself when I'm around force-fed, and this is political. They've used my illness against me. The inflammation, it triggers inflammation, and my immune system attacks itself and causes kidney, heart, lungs, liver, veins, your whole organs, your body. So anyway, it damages them severely over time. So now I'm going to go back out on the video here to Scott Hill. Got out there that night, and she told me I was signing half the lease and half of it next day. And she specifically kept telling me that I only had to give a 30-day notice, and I did ask to make sure, because HUD, you usually have to stay there a year unless you've got a reason, a health reason, to move, and I do have. But the law doesn't work for me. I can't get an attorney, so all bets are off when it comes to me. They can do anything they want to, and have pretty much. But anyway, the next day I signed the lease, and right away started having problems. Well, in this whole thing, you can get to your maintenance guy. That's a good one, because maintenance can come in and do anything they want to in your room when they want to. Air conditioning, rig it, or soak your bed or the carpet, or come in and put caulking anywhere they want to. So anyway, I'm going to jump to this. I had problems right away. And lo and behold, when I was sitting there telling Elizabeth and Christy McCoy, it's a little round office, well, the maintenance guy showed up, two of them. And I called them to come up. Well, I told them to come up, and they didn't. So, and look at it. They did come the next day when I called again. He didn't even look at the air conditioning heating unit. It's an old, antiquated, where you can actually take the whole side of it off. And later, when they wouldn't do anything, and when I tried to use it, I couldn't use it. When I tried, it would soak the carpet. And I looked in and started taking pictures with this. I had a little camera. And I even got down in the sleeve is what bothered when he found out I had photos of it. Because I couldn't take photos of somebody there rigging the air conditioning and the fumes coming out or your bed being soaked. So this I could take photos of, and I put them up. And, I mean, it's horrible. They're supposed to have had it fixed and everything. And when the maintenance finally came up, he wouldn't even look inside it. He said, oh, he had already checked it before I moved in. It was perfectly okay. And he left. He did that twice. And he told me to go out and get air conditioners and put in the windows. So anyway, it would stay. It was the last time I tried to use it, I believe the last time, I know it was, it stayed soaked for a week, and that's in July, or by that time it's August. I'm going to leave it at that with the fans blowing. And I'm sick as hell, excuse me, and it's black mold. And I'm taking photos of it. And I begged Christy and them to fix it. They did nothing. So I left, and I left August the 29th and came back, paid a girl $60 to bring me over, $40 to come and get me and take me back over there. Because I was so afraid black mold would get in your lungs. And it was right over, the vent was right over. You'd have to hear it. I can't put it up here. I don't know why I'm even trying. But anyway, I came back to Howard Johnson's and paid for the week. And called Christy McCoy, and she said, well, she'd make sure that the contractors had it fixed. And I went back because during this time that also then changed the tune about the lease. Now the lease was a regular HUD. They didn't know what I was talking about. You had to stay there a year. So I'd be charged if I left for that. So anyway, I went back, and it was a joke. It was just before Labor Day, which was on the 7th, I believe. I went back on the 5th and lost some money, all that money just to come back. It rolled up and then go back over there trying to do the right thing. Now then, this is where you can't, I'm just going to try to give a little of it. I had a call from Christy, and I had asked her then when she didn't fix that one. It was as bad as it was before I left, and I had photos of all this. So I asked her if she could move me over to the other side, of Scott Hill, which was better, and she said, she called me, and she said she had 4 she could show me, and she could lease to me, rent to me. I went down, and suddenly, this is the manager of this, and she knows what's going on, or she shouldn't be there. She suddenly, when I got down there, she pulled them up on the computer and said, well, I can't show you this. It's under being remodeled, or I forgot her excuses. I think that was it for all 4 of them. She says, well, it'll probably be November before I can get you in. And this was after I'd gone back just before Labor Day and went back. So this would have been in what, October? And, no, I left for good in October, so September. So anyway, I went back up to the apartment, and it wasn't long till she called me back and said, well, I do have one that I can show you. Well, it was perfect. And then she couldn't show that one to me. And but she said that they were in there working on it at the time. Well, I walked up there, and it has a front view to the forest and all that, beautiful. And you can see it from the outside. But the lady next door and some people residents I'd already met said, oh, this has been empty for over a month. They've had it all cleaned up. There's nobody in there. So anyway, finally, I told her, I said, well, I want to look at that one. And so she finally did show it to me on her terms. It's what they're doing. They're engaging in a conspiracy. And when you put stuff deliberately, spray it or otherwise, in my room, and it's toxic, then that's an assault with attempt. it's like killing you over a time because everybody gets in on it.